Alright, so that is done. Next we're going to put in palm sugar. Now I'm using about a tablespoon, which is about one of these blocks. And you know, my palm sugar comes in 2 blocks like this. I chopped it roughly to help it sort of dissolve a little better. So that can go in. Break that up. Now we're going to add our liquid seasoning. First, our lead flavor, which is the lime. About 3 tablespoons. Now this is going to help dissolve the palm sugar that we just added. So 3 tablespoons of that. And then my favorite seasoning of all time, that's right, our fish sauce, or nampla as we call it. So now that those go in, you don't want to pound it too aggressively because you'll get it all over yourself. So just kind of swoosh it around a little bit. Next we're going to add our greenery. Our greenery is our long beans. Now in the grocery store they call these Chinese long beans, but I call them Thai long beans for obvious reasons. So here, so you can see, we're going to take off the end. Now these taste like green beans except they're denser and it's got a more robust nutty flavor and it's got a firmer texture, and they're great in stir fries. I prefer these actually to the, I don't like the black ends, so I'm not going to use those. I prefer these to the Blue Lake beans actually. So I've got them in, you know, this length, and I'm going to add it to our dressing here. And I'm going to crush them just a little bit, just so that they break up and the dressing really sort of get inside the beans as opposed to just being on the outside. Now this is where having the right type of pestle and mortar really comes in handy, because the right type of pestle and mortar is a bigger one and it's made of clay, and it's big enough that I can finish the whole salad in one thing. And the pestle is also made of wood and it's a lot lighter, so I can be a little more aggressive with it and not going to bruise everything that goes in there. So we're going to modify and just be a little more gentle. And then to that, about a half a cup of grape tomatoes that have been lengthwise halved. And again, very gently bruise them a little bit so the juices of the tomatoes come out and become a part of the dressing. And the dressing gets inside the tomatoes and flavor the tomatoes. Now, I'm going to take a look. The tomatoes are just a little bit bruised. The green beans are just a little bit bruised as well. And everything else is nicely ground into a paste. Now, this is where if I had the big pestle and mortar, I could just toss all the papaya in here and finish the whole thing. But we're not going to do that. We're going to put this in a salad bowl and pour the dressing over the top of it. And make sure you get everything in, because all the goodness is usually what won't come out. Alright, and now we're going to toss our salad. Perfect. Now, this is the last thing to go into our salad. It's our freshly roasted peanuts. Now, I like to buy the peanuts raw so that they, when you toast them fresh, the flavor's a lot stronger. If you buy them pre-roasted, God knows how long it's been since they've been roasted. So what I did earlier is I took some raw peanuts and I crushed them in my pestle and mortar just until they're broken up, just a little bit, just so that the two halves are split apart from each other to increase the surface area for toasting. And just in a dry saute pan. You can put it in the oven if you'd like, but the use of the oven really isn't a part of the Thai culinary techniques. We don't use ovens, so everything's done stovetop, which is why I did this stovetop. So about 1/4 cup is going to go into our salad. And I know it's hot, but that's okay. It's not, the salad is so firm and my papaya is really cold, so it's going to sort of come together kind of nicely. So that, I saved a little bit for garnish on the top, and the peanuts really make the dish. It gives you that nuttiness that contrasts all the acid and everything else that's in there. So now we're going to dish it up. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Make sure you get a lot of dressing. Now, we usually eat this with sticky rice or khao niao, and I've shown you how to make sticky rice a couple of times in other episodes. So just a quick review. I have long grain glutinous white rice that's been soaking in water for about 4 hours now. Ideally you do this overnight, and then you're going to take this and drain it off and then steam it in cheesecloth or any kind of porous fabric for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it's ready to go. And barbecue chicken Thai style is another thing that we eat somtam with a lot, and they go fantastic together. So there we go, guys. This is somtam or green papaya salad. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for your next delicious time.